Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Dawn Soccer here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. We have a triple header for you today. 3 broadcasts, and the women's soccer team kicks things off with the match versus the Bobcats of Saddleback College. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Today we have a treat for you as I am joined by former Dawn soccer player Vita Mendoza. How are you doing today, Vita?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Thanks again for stopping by.
Of course, of course.
The Orange Empire Conference is always one of the best conferences in the state of California, as this year's Dons team is currently off to an 0-5 start. They're currently in the middle of a stretch of 4 straight matches against ranked opponents. On the season as a whole, Santa Ana enters with an 0-7-4 record, as 11th year head coach Jamie Baquero is still looking for her first victory on the year. It's a very young squad, only 1 sophomore to 18 freshmen, as they'll face another tough, challenging conference opponent. The visiting Bobcats of Saddleback College travel from Mission Viejo, and as of this week's 3C2A rankings, are second in the entire state of California. They're 9-1-1 on the year, 4-0-1 to begin conference play, and are coming off a 3-1 victory over Fullerton College. The Pirates are led by 14th year head coach BJ McNichol, who has led this program to back-to-back conference titles, 3 in the last 4 seasons. You see both teams huddled up with their squads. Saddleback's going to be in their white kits. Santa Ana is going to be in their red kits. Vita, I wanted to ask you, in your 2 years here at Santa Ana College, what are some memories that come to mind when you play Saddleback?
I feel like the one that shit off the bat is that I got my first yellow ever playing this team. Um, yeah, it was definitely quite an experience. I did not agree with the ref, obviously, because who agrees with getting carded? But yeah, and honestly, they were a good team. They always kept us on our toes, and they always had us out there playing hard and strong. Obviously trying to get to the top all the time and just going back and forth with each other. We're learning how to play and how to just defend and work as a team. Just to get up on the goal and yeah, just it was honestly. I remember getting frustrated all the time and stuff, but honestly, it helped me as a player as well. Um,
You're good. Sorry, there was just a change to the starting lineup.
yeah.
But you see both teams take the field along with the referee crew today. Santa Ana in the red kits, Saddleback in the white kits. We're here at Santa Ana College. A noon kickoff, the sun in our faces, because we usually play at 2 or 3, so we'll have to deal with that a little bit. You said you picked up your first yellow
Yeah.
against Saddleback. Did
Mhm.
you played pretty fiercely. Did you pick up more yellows after that?
Yeah, I did. It was against Cyprus, our last game ever. I ended off my season with the yellow, with another yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it was. I don't know. I feel like just getting a yellow. I've like out of all my years of playing, played since I was 9,
Mhm.
and for that to be my first yellow, I was like, that's actually crazy. Cause there's been other plays where I'd be like, I'd expect that to be yellow compared
Right.
to what happened. I was like, okay, well, but it is what it is. Refs have their own way of, playing the game. So wasn't much I can do about it. But after I got the yellow, I just, played my game. I had to obviously calm down because I was upset with the call. But after that, I played my game. I did what I had to do and just, worked as a team. We got up there. We showed them that just because, a bad call isn't going to, make us fall down and just stop working together.
Good point.
Hmm.
They're announcing the starting lineups down on the pitch for Santa Ana and Saddleback. We're going to cut to a commercial break for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll get you those starting lineups and kickoff here on Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel, my name is Noah Alvarez, and I'm joined alongside Vita Mendoza, former Dons player the last 2 seasons, here for Jamie Baquero. You were here in the game Wednesday against Orange Coast College. What was one thing that you saw that stood out from the Santa Ana Dons in that performance?
Well, I see that our team is full of freshmen, so it's a different dynamic. But they're all working together. Learning how to play is with the different group of people is always hard at first. But you can tell that they pick up from each other and they learn how to play well. And
Your freshman year, was there a good chunk of sophomores, or was it a pretty young squad?
I believe there was more sophomores that year. Yeah, like definitely as well as like the starting lineup. But then also my sophomore year as well, there was more sophomore than there were freshmen. So, but we did have a little bit more freshmen than my freshman year, if that makes sense. So it was kind of like 50-50 my sophomore year.
So remember last year's team, you probably had like 10 or 11 sophomores, right? It was a pretty veteran squad.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah. You could see the experience pay off, too, when they're on the pitch, a little bit more chemistry that you guys had last year versus this year's team. They're still trying to figure out their chemistry and where the runs are at and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's always like a main thing, too. Like when you're coming from playing with a different group of people, especially like if, most of these girls came from high school, it's different. Obviously going to, stepping up to a community, trying to learn how to play and how to learn other teams as well, These teams are everyone here is skilled differently, and we're all at an advanced level. So having to come out with that confidence and learn how to play your game without getting let shut down because of one mistake. That's always like a main thing when it comes in. That's always how I try to think about it out here, because obviously you're playing against more skilled players and a different team, so everything is gonna be different. You can't expect to go into the game always going against, someone that's going to go easy on you.
Again, we're here moments away from kickoff between Santa Ana College, led by 11th year head coach Jamie Baquero, and the Saddleback Bobcats, ranked number 2 in the state of California. They're led by 14th year head coach BJ McNichol. They'll be in the white kits. The Dons are in their red kits with black shorts. They're going to be going from left to right. Eli Frias is in goal. She was a redshirt freshman last year. Tell me what you know about her from your 1 year with her.
Ellie, she's a really good keeper. She's very much, she likes to learn. She won't, be that type of that player that's like, okay, like you're telling me this, I'm like, I don't want to do it because I know how I play. She's always open to learning, always open to trying out new things, and she's grown a lot as a goalkeeper, and that's what I love about her. She's never the type to be like, oh my god, like this goal messed me up, this and that. So she's always willing to learn and willing to help out her team as well. She talks a lot from the back. She always observes her team, and that's also something that I like about her. She tells her team what she sees and how they can fix it.
She's making her 5th start on the season, has 39 saves on the year. In goal for the Saddleback Bobcats is Macy Pugh. She wears a bright green uniform. She's getting her 9th start on the season and has 28 saves for the Bobcats. Bobcats on the year, 9-1-1, and they're 4-0-1 to begin conference play. That one draw was against Orange Coast College, who you saw Wednesday. Saddleback goes from right to left. Santa Ana goes from left to right. Saddleback remains in possession on the near side. Inside the 6, and the flag comes up on the far side. Alex Gorin is the center official today. Luis Salvador Hernandez is the referee on the near side. Alejandro Bajena is the referee on the far side. Chance for Hannah Allen. She wears number 28. Listed on the roster as number 3, but a last-minute uniform change for the Bobcats here on the road. A throw in for Santa Ana College down here on the near side. You guys didn't play too many games at 12 o'clock, right, when you were here
No.
for 2 years?
No, they were all during the afternoon.
We'll see if the sun affects either squad with the heat. Not a super hot day, but it is in the low 80s at the moment. Getting warmer. It always feels warmer, too, like a couple days after it rains. It
Mhm.
rained on Tuesday. Pretty chilly yesterday. And for it to be 80 degrees already Friday feels a lot warmer than it really is. A throw in for Santa Ana College on the far side of the pitch. Gia Osa to take the throw in. Remind me what high school you went to, and did you play with any of the girls that are on the team now?
I went to Bolsa Grande High School, and no, I don't recall. I don't think I played with any of these girls. Even my freshman year, I was the only one from my school that came down here.
Saddleback has it in there attacking third. A chance for Allen. Allen misplays it, comes off a little bit hobbly. And it's a goal kick for Frias. Bolsa Grande, did that mean you went to Jordan Middle School?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I think I saw that you followed somebody that I also knew because I used to work at Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my tia was telling me, she's like, we know him. And I was like, I don't remember him because you worked at, yeah, it was like, oh. I was like, what? Then I recall, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah, was the one that I remember working there too. Long time ago.
Yes, it was like, that's why I was like, when she was telling me, I was like, I don't remember.
Yeah. Saddleback takes it back and they pass the center line. Up ahead to Holiday. Holiday gets it back at the top of the 18. This one rolls past the end line. Another goal kick coming up for Frias. In your 2 years here, you guys played against a lot of good teams. Cypress, Saddleback, Santiago Canyon. Was there one opponent that really stood out to you in 1 year?
Uh, SEC. I feel like SEC and Saddleback, because I feel like they're the more of, also Cypress as well. Yeah, those three teams are really aggressive. You know, they always come out strong and always, push us to really work out there, which is good. You know, that's what we want. They never made it easy for us, and it helped us learn how to work as a team as well. You know, how to stay on our toes and how to work together.
A throw in for Santa Ana College. During this break in the action, we'll get you the starting 11. We mentioned Eli Frias starts in goal for the Dons. Around her, it's Annie Zuniga, Emma Damian, Diane Bernal, Paulette Munoz, Jasmine Rodriguez, Jackie Quintana, Gia Osa, Alexis Chavez, Ashley Marino, and Amy Ramos. Ramos takes the throw in, ahead to Quintana. Saddleback pokes it away. Their starting 11. Aurelia Holiday, Hannah Allen, Samantha Arce, Milana McLean.
That's just a good step.
Carissa Franco, Janan Saeed, Kaya Biller, Daniel Pernal, McKenna Pugh, Kennedy Cole, and Macy Pugh in goal. To throw in for the Dons as Gia Osa has to go a long ways to get that one. Now that you're done playing, do you ever see yourself in a coaching or referee role?
Honestly, I don't think so. Like, it's always, I've always wanted to work with like kids and like, in sports and stuff, but I feel like I don't know, I feel like playing is more of like something that I do. I feel like coaching it just wouldn't, I don't know. Maybe it would work, I don't know. Maybe I'm just doubting myself, But um maybe in the future I'll see. But I do want to go back into play maybe on a Sunday league, but
Okay.
we'll see where that takes me.
Bernal gets her second
Ooh,
touch
that's
of the
good.
afternoon. She's a pretty skillful dribbler. We got to practice with them on Tuesday after the rain out. And that was really fun to get to see Diane Bernal up close during some of the drills that we participated in.
Mm.
You know, so I was looking for somebody in the 18. No one there for Santa Ana College. The first we see of Macy Pugh, one of the 20 freshmen on the roster for Saddleback College. 11 sophomores. A through ball for Allen here on the left side. Just outside the 18,
Good
Ramos
block.
closes in and forces the corner kick for Saddleback College.
Yeah, number 18 reminds me of one of my players that we had my 2 seasons that I played here. Alondra, she kind of looks like her as well, but she also plays. You know, she always steps back and helps her team out, which is really good.
Remember Alondra? She went to Western High School,
Yeah,
right?
she did.
Forgot her last name at the moment, but pretty good player. I remember that. To the top of the 18, the Dons get the first touch. Throw in for Saddleback College. It'll be a corner again for Saddleback College after the long pass inside the 18. We'll see what the Saddleback Bobcats do in the set piece. A scoreless match in the 7th minute of action. It's pretty warm today. I don't know why you wore a sweater.
I know, we're getting this.
It'll be Holiday to take the corner with their right boot. Rodriguez sends this one out. Frias was the first one to get a touch. Danielle Piernot to throw it in for Saddleback. Saddleback back in possession. Holiday puts a shot, a two-hopper to Frias, and she's able to pick that up no problem. Another through ball for Saddleback College. It's McKenna Pugh.
Good save by Ali.
A second chance for Saddleback. Allen. That's Zuniga who clears it.
They all came together. That's really good to defend each other, help each other, and cover. It's always something you want to do when you have a play like that in the box, especially because when you're really close like that to the goalie, you always want to make sure you have your goalie's back and each other's back as well. So they all came. That's really good play from from SAC.
Don's defense did a pretty solid job in the first half against Orange Coast College. It was in the second half where maybe fatigue got to them, and that's where Orange Coast got their 3 goals.
Yeah.
During much of the season, the Dons' back line has been pretty solid. Alexis Chavez, 13, has been really solid for the Dons at the center back position. It's good to see Ashley Marino back in the lineup, too. She missed out a few matches due to a concussion. She's back in the starting lineup today.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her play. During practice when I was watching, she was a really talkative person, you know, really like, you know.
Yeah, if she was out. If she was out any more games, she wanted to be on the broadcast as well.
There you go. Yeah, I'm excited to see what she can do. Excited to see her play today.
Another chance for McKenna Pugh, the sister of Macy Pugh.
That's out.
Outside the end line, the flag comes up on the far side. See the first substitution as Vicky Diaz, the sister of Samantha Diaz, who you played with for 2 seasons, checks in for Jackie Quintana. What do you remember playing with Samantha Diaz?
Samantha was actually my defender. She was behind me, so um, I feel like together we worked really well. And because I was also switched sides, so I would have both Samantha's as my defender.
Mm-hmm.
But Samantha Diaz, she was really good with reading the ball. She knew when to boot it up, which is good, and she also played with her line as well, which is also something really good about being a defender. You want to learn how to time everything and play with, especially your back line, because if you can't go forward, you have to go back. So you have to learn how to play with each other back there, and she did really good with that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, she played at Garden Grove High School, right? Did you ever play against her in high school?
I did play against her in high school. I don't remember if it was Garden Grove though.
Okay. Maybe it was one of the Garden Grove schools because I want to say I remember her at Walton. So she either went to Grove or
No, she went to Santiago.
she went to Santiago?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Santiago was also my high school rival
Yes.
playing soccer. Cause yeah, I honestly don't know why, but no, we were just rivals, and so that was Santiago was like our SEC or our Saddleback here.
Yeah, they usually have a pretty solid program.
Yeah, good save by Ali.
Shot was put on by Kaya Biller.
Yeah, it's funny going from rivals and playing on the same team together. It's like, but I mean, we were never like like against each other. It was just like obviously we went to different schools and we were rivals, so it's like so having to learn to play together was obviously something very different. But it also opened us up to like learning how to play with each other and learning how to read different players and how she obviously was a defender and I was a midfielder. So having her as my defender was it felt kind of like it just felt kind of right, like having from being against each other now we're working together. It was really cool.
Chance for Bernal with their left foot, deflected by a Saddleback defender. But I got to imagine that's pretty cool, right? You come from your high school where you might be a big fish in a small pond, and you come to community college, different playing styles, right? Players from different high schools, and then you try and come together to play at a community college team and take on other teams from other areas. It's always pretty cool to see.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool to see us all work together, especially because also I remember obviously other schools, other high schools, we were kind of like rivals as well, but so it was like, oh, like we're not on the same team. It was like funny, to see that how that worked out.
Mm-hmm. Do you still keep in touch with any of the girls in your sophomore class last year? Naomi, Samantha, to name a few.
Well, I mean, we don't really like communicate all the time. It'd be here and there, like someone posts something and be like, oh my god, like we just respond to it, see what they're up to. But it won't be like an everyday thing where we're still communicating.
There's an aggressive tackle by Paulette Munoz. One of the Bobcats hits the floor. That's Janan Saeed. Saeed's still down on the pitch. She leads the team with 5 goals on the season, also tied for the team lead with 3 assists. Very important player in the Saddleback attack. Was there a card given?
Yeah. To number 9? Yeah.
So a yellow given to Paulette Munoz. First on the season. We were just talking about yellow cards. You picked up your first against.
Maybe it's a thing.
Maybe.
No, I remember that ref too. He was always a face that I would remember because he called out a lot of us players from SAC.
Really?
Yeah, and yeah. So whenever he would ref one of our games, he'd be like, oh, well, this is gonna be a difficult game.
That's got to be tough when referees have a certain perception of you guys, right?
Exactly.
Saeed will take this one. Couple yards outside the 18.
Good save, Ali.
Farias to her right. Comes down to get that one. Still a scoreless match here in the 15th minute of action. Thanks again for tuning in to Don Soccer here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. My name is Noah Alvarez, joined alongside Vita Mendoza, player for the Dons the last 2 seasons. You were left-footed, right?
Right-footed.
Right-footed.
But I
Okay.
played on the left side because I would cut in, and I feel like that would always work for me. Well, when I would take chances, because I was always scared to take chances.
Gotcha. Saddleback doing a nice job of applying pressure. Dons haven't had really a lot of possession in this first half. Don switch fields over to Inosa on the far side. Saddleback takes it back.
I feel like being confident with knowing how to play your back line is also something you want to pick up, because something, it could be scary, playing your back line and maybe being afraid that they're gonna miss it or something of that sort could happen. But learning to have confidence in each other is something that'll help build that dynamic of having a good team. Because sometimes you do need that help, and it's okay to have that help. Because then you could always build and get the advantage up top as well.
Is that something you guys can work on in practice?
Yeah, it's definitely, I remember also last year, or my last 2 years that I was here, that's one of the big things we did work on, because that's something we had trouble with, is learning how to play our back line and being confident with playing with them. And then after a while, we kind of picked it up and we would do that. So I feel like that also did help us a lot. We were able to reset, we were able to organize, and just get back on our feet.
Allen crashes into Ramos. It's a throw-in for Santa Ana College. Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel, we had some technical difficulties for the time being. But we're back here in the 21st minute of the first half.
Good save,
Eli Frias just made a save in the last few moments, and it'll result in a corner kick for Saddleback College. They're in the white kits, right to left on your screen. They're the number 2 team in the state of California. 4-0-1 in conference play. Towards the middle of the 18, Frias
Good,
picks
Ellie.
this one up. Takes a little bump as well. You ever play keeper before?
Yeah, I used to play in I think it was my All-Stars team. I think I played for like 2 games. But yeah. Keepers, honestly, it's very like a adrenaline type position. Like, you're always like, having to keep your eyes peeled for every little thing, every little move, trying to anticipate the plays.
I feel like it's very physical too, right? We saw
Yeah.
Frias take a little bump. You have to
Yeah.
make quick decisions, and a lot of times there's a lot of contact involved. So now there's a player for the Bobcats down in some pain. There was contact between her and Chavez. We can't see a number just yet, but she's still down in some pain as her teammates come to check in on her, and it's a foul called on the Dons. Janan Saeed. Saeed, again, that leading goal scorer with 5 goals on the season. She got roughed up a bit, too, at the edge of the 18 earlier in the match. Kaya Biller to take this free kick. Freshman from El Toro High School. Long ball to the top of the 18, a clear
Good
shot.
save by Ellie, get it out.
This one hits the side net, and it'll be a goal kick for Frias. 2 subs set to come in for Saddleback College. We'll see the first of Milana McLean, who we thought was going to start the match, but was a last-minute replacement for Hannah Allen. The second substitution is Morgan Pullum. There's 2 sets of sisters. Morgan Pullum is related to Bailey Pullum. And then Macy Pugh, the starting keeper, is related to McKenna Pugh. 2 sisters, or 2 sets of sisters for Saddleback College.
Gotta open up for each other.
When you say open up, what do you mean by that, if you can explain to the audience?
The way I see it is you're trying to create space to make a play, especially when there's tight angles like that, or if you're in a triangle, you always want to, especially use your line all the way to your line. You want to use that. You want to utilize that in order to make space and to be able to adjust to the ball as well, whatever side it's coming from.
Kind of like widening out a little bit. Throw in for Saddleback College. Is that something that you got better at as a team from your freshman to sophomore year, with so many of you guys returning for your sophomore season?
Yeah, especially playing out wide, you have to learn how to make the field bigger for yourself and for your players as well, in order to either to make plays or for obviously to make plays, but to make runs. Either create a long ball, create open gaps so your players, your teammates can play you, or just make space so you can get the ball past to you. That's something I had to work on as well, because coming from high school, I was just all over I was kind of like a UT player out there. So coming here, I had to learn how to work with my team and understand that, I wasn't alone here. I was, getting all the help that I could have possibly gotten. That everyone had my back, and we just kind of had to trust each other. Sometimes I miss my coaches yelling at me. It was always like them yelling at me kind of like helped me in a way. They're helping me see what they see, or like, trying to understand what they see when they're telling me, like, like how he was, coach is just yelling to run or to open up, to pass, like those things always help me as well, because when you're on the field, when you're playing, you only see what's in front of you, and you have to try to analyze what's around you as well. So getting that help from your coaches as well as your teammates that are, communicating as well is really helpful.
Saddleback gets it back on the far side of the pitch. Osa there for the Dons. Holiday dribbles through some traffic, looks to cross. To Saeed, she overshoots this one. Goal kick coming up for Frias. Another substitution set to come in, Alina Ali, freshman from San Juan Hills. And Saddleback College plays, or is from Mission Viejo down in South County. In high school, did you get to play a lot of high schools out there?
Honestly, I don't think so.
No?
But yeah, I used to live out there actually.
Okay.
So I kind of know the area. Oh, that was pushing back.
Foul called on Saddleback. Kennedy Cole guilty of the foul. think that's one thing I always liked too. I grew up in this area of Orange County, and whenever we played teams from South County, it was always felt like a little rivalry, right? Almost feels like two different worlds.
Yeah.
Chance for Zuniga inside the 18, quickly cleared by Saddleback and Carissa Franco. Zuniga gets it on the throw-in. We don't have the best of angle from where we're at with all these Saddleback players up off the bench.
Yeah, this is one of the teams that even when I played here, they would always stand up. Like, they never used the bench. I was like, okay. Which is honestly, you know, you're cheering on your team, so. But it was just very different from everybody else. I was like, oh, okay, you're going to stand the whole game.
Sure, it keeps you in the game, too.
Yeah.
Frias comes far out. Saeed gets it back for Saddleback. To Ali. Works against Inaosa. Inaosa has been another impressive player for the Dons. She's from Magnolia High School. A freshman, plays at that left back position. Very quick, and despite her size, she's pretty aggressive. Not afraid to get physical.
That's number 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can tell she likes to keep the pressure on, which is good, you know, even if, you know, they may take her on with the skill, she always comes back to keep that pressure on them, which is really good. That's something you want in a defender. Oh, you should have opened.
Another substitution for Saddleback. First, we're going to see of Lexi Evelo, sophomore from Canyon High School. She checks in for Danielle Piernot.
Keep it. Oh, what a ball.
Throw in for Santa Ana here on the near side. '31st minute of action. Last 15 minutes or so of the first half. Out wide to Evelo, who just checked into the game. On the left wing. Works against Ramos, and it's a corner kick. Did you have a favorite piece out of your corner? Because you used to take the corner kicks, didn't you?
I think I took them my freshman year. My sophomore year, they made me run the box. Yeah.
Frias might have gotten a hand on it, and it is another corner on the far side now for Saddleback College. It'll be Aurelia Holiday to take this one. Freshman from Esperanza High School. She thought about playing it back, but Bernal was there for the Dons. A dangerous pass results in the first goal for Saddleback College. They take a 1-0 lead in the 33rd minute.
16?
So it's Kaya Biller who gets credited with the goals. It's her 3rd goal of the season. She was the one to put a header on the cross off the corner. Her teammate, Aurelia Holiday, gets the assist. 1-0 Bobcats lead. Chance for McLean on the far side. Frias stops this one. What's something you guys as a team would talk about after the other team would score a goal first?
The main thing was always just to keep your head up. You know, obviously getting scored on is not a good feeling. You know, it sucks. But you always want to keep your head up, and that way you guys keep the motivation to keep on going to score back. Because, you know, there's always a chance you can score right after them, you know, or the chance that they can score right after us. So that's why you never want to put your head down. You never want to, you know, lock out. You never want to get out of the game, because at that point you're just giving up on yourself, you know, and your team. So that's not something you don't want to do. And then we always just talked about reorganizing and getting together and stepping together. That way we can fix those mistakes.
2 more substitutions for Saddleback College. They have a pretty big roster. Elizabeth Larkin checks in for the first time along with Reese Zarzana. Aurelia Holiday checks out. Along with Kennedy Cole. So 2 new players in for the Bobcats. They lead 1-0 in the 35th minute. Another shot for Saddleback. Frias able to pick that one up. Ali cuts in. Leaves it to the middle for McLean. The Red Kids get it out of the harm's way. Another chance for Frias to make a save as she goes to her left to pick that one up. Shot put on there by Cheyenne Embry, her 2nd shot of the afternoon. Long ball for McLean. She's by herself in the right wing. Marino closes in on her. Another chance for Frias. Hits this one on the side of her foot. It's getting pretty windy now, too, later on in the afternoon. That's something you will see at this time of the year. It gets pretty windy in the city of Santa Ana. Jackie Quintana set to check in for the Dons. She started the match, and Vicky Diaz subs out. Quintana's another player that missed some time. She's a freshman from Tustin High School.
Did you ever play soccer as a kid? Or no?
Only like middle school, for the middle school league, kind of like how you guys did at Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Never really played organized soccer outside of that. I did play indoor soccer too with some
Uh,
friends later on in college.
okay.
But yeah, I was more of a football, baseball, a little bit of basketball as well.
Yeah, that's funny. The clubs. I did volleyball instead of soccer,
Oh, did
which
you?
was funny. I was like, oh, cause I mean, my family plays volleyball
Mhm.
and soccer, but I don't know. Like during that time, volleyball was my thing, and I always thought I was gonna pick it up, like take it into high school and everything. But I was like, I turned into soccer, and I was like, okay, well, I guess.
You said your family plays volleyball too?
Yeah, they play both, or they used to. Obviously now everyone's older, so.
The flag comes up for Saddleback. The goal will not count. Now the center official, Alex Gorin, has a conversation with Jared Keeler and Jamie Baquero, Don's coaching staff.
That's my favorite thing about Coach Jerry. He always fights for us. You know, whether a ref makes a bad call or he doesn't make a call at all, he's always telling the ref
Mhm.
what needs to be heard.
He's a very vocal guy, that's
Yes,
for sure.
that's good. That's the thing what you want in a coach.
Going back to your question about the soccer, while I didn't play, I think as I've gotten older, I've appreciated soccer more, especially after watching a few World Cups. I think it was the 2014 World Cup. I started watching more intently, and there's a lot of different styles in soccer and things that I can appreciate that I didn't appreciate when I was younger. No one in my family played soccer. We were more of a baseball and wrestling,
Really?
football family. So
So did you do baseball then for a while too, or no?
yeah, I played baseball for a while. I think football and basketball are the sports I played the most growing up. Because basketball I probably did from like 6 to, I guess now as an adult, right? But not in a league. Football I started playing when I was 9. And then through college. Munoz pokes this one away. And it's a corner off Ina Osa for Saddleback College.
Sorry, going back to sorry, I got into the game, but going back to what you're saying, yeah, that's good though. Especially as a commentator, you want to know more about sports, a lot of sports, because you have to know what you're talking about. So that's good that you're open and knowledgeable about those things.
And there's levels to everything, right? Like you can know a little bit about soccer, but the more and more I watch soccer, the more things I pick up. And
Yeah, exactly.
there's higher levels to it.
It's a different team, huh?
Yeah.
From last year.
Very different team from last year. Again, this is game 1 of our triple header. 3 games today. Women's soccer, men's soccer, and then women's volleyball. Very long day. Marino gets the first touch. It's out of the 18.
Follow.
That one took an unfortunate bounce on Bernal.
Yeah.
Saddleback gets it back.
Oh.
Off of Zuniga. That's a
Good
throw-in for
blocking.
Saddleback College.
Good read.
One thing that's pretty interesting, too, and the reason I think we're having this doubleheader, B.J. McNichol is the head coach for the women's and men's soccer program at Saddleback. So I think that's why we staggered them, because usually when the men's are home, the girls are away.
Yeah.
When the girls are home, the men's are away, and vice versa. But I think because he's the head coach of both programs, he was able to work it out to get both here
I
at the
see.
same day.
I see.
Shot wide right by Saddleback College, and Reese Zarzana, substitution who came in a few minutes ago. We're in the 43rd minute, towards the tail end of the first half. My name is Noah Alvarez, joined alongside Vida Mendoza. You enjoying this so far, though?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not yelling is definitely different, but it's cool to see it from and talking as you're talking about it. I don't know. I feel like it makes it obviously a different experience, but.
It's one of those things, too, you get better as you do it, too, as you do more of it, like anything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Set to the right side of the 18, and Frias comes offline to pick that one up.
Good play.
A throw in for Santa Ana College on the far side. Also to take this one. That's Emma Damien who takes a tumble down to the turf. Throw in for Saddleback College now. And that's the final whistle to mark the end of the first half. So Saddleback, at the end of 45, has a 1-0 lead over Santa Ana College here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. We're going to take a break for halftime, and when we come back, we'll have some first half statistics. And my name is Noah Alvarez, joined alongside Vita Mendoza. We'll be right back after this.
People always ask us, what's a Don? And our response is easy. To us, a Don is someone who embraces the grind. A Don is a person that brings passion. Someone who takes advantage of all their opportunities. A leader, a dreamer, a winner. The question we have for you is, are you ready to be a Don?
one. Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel, my name is Noah Alvarez. Ready to begin the second half of action between the Santa Ana Dons and the Saddleback Bobcats. We're joined in the booth by Vita Mendoza. Dons trail 1-0. We'll get you some first half statistics. Saddleback outshooting Santa Ana College 11-1. The Bobcats have put 9 shots on goal. Eli Frias has 8 saves on the afternoon thus far. The only player to pick up a yellow was Paulette Munoz back in the first half. It's an Orange Empire Conference match. The Bobcats are 4-0-1. The Dons are still looking for their first win in conference play. It's a throw-in for Saddleback on the far side. A triple header this afternoon on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. First up, women's soccer. After that, men's soccer at 2 p.m. against Saddleback College. And then women's volleyball later tonight against Riverside City College. You're going to be here for all 3, right?
Actually?
Just kidding. So Saddleback goes from left to right. They're in their white kits. Santa Ana in their red kits. Now right to left in the second half. They're chasing 1 goal. We just come out of the halftime break. What's something that Coach Jamie or Coach Jerry would say during halftime if you guys were trailing?
She'd say, keep your heads up. Obviously, she's like, she always makes us recognize our mistakes, because that's the only way you're gonna get better, and that's the only way you're gonna learn how to go in stronger their better half. But she always tells us that we always start off strong, and that's how we always got to keep playing the whole entire game. That we can't keep our heads down. We can't lose that energy to keep going out there.
Saeed works on the near side, takes a bump from Marino. Another yellow card given. Not a whole lot of contact, but Marino picks up the second yellow card. It is the 3rd time that Saeed has been knocked down.
That's funny. Refs that like throw cards for, well, to them obviously it's a reason, but as a player, when you see it and you're like, okay, you could have, it could have been avoided.
I think what hurts too is Saeed was the other player who fell down hard twice, and I'm not saying that she's flopping or diving or anything, but she has been hit hard earlier in the match.
Yeah.
And so the ref probably is trying to do a job of protecting her. But it sucks because Ashley hasn't been involved in any of the previous ones. She never got a warning. For her to get a yellow on her first, aggressive tackle, that's kind of rough.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you don't get a warning and just get straight up yellow, it's frustrating. That's how I got my first yellow. I didn't get a warning, it's just straight up. So, but I feel like that, well, myself as a player, it's getting called out or things like that happening is what makes me want to play even stronger, because at the end of the day, you're not going to tell me that I had, this bad part. I'm going to keep being the player that I am and going to keep fighting for the result.
So yellow card given in the 46th minute. Dons trail 1-0 to Saddleback College, the number 2 ranked team in the state of California, led by head coach B.J. McNichol. He's the head coach of both the women's and the men's soccer program. So that's why we have a doubleheader on the pitch this afternoon.
No way.
The flag comes up. Saddleback Bobcats want a yellow. No card has been given just yet, but the center official does want to talk with Frias. Again, that's Saeed again, who takes another tumble, her 4th time. And so there's a yellow given to Frias.
Maybe yellow's his favorite color.
Maybe. He is wearing a yellow uniform.
No. I feel like also the yelling from the other team is kind of what impacts the call as well, and from the coaches coming, from both coaches, from both sides yelling, and just arguments coming from everywhere. It's gonna.
I think that's what's tough about being a referee is you have to be able to not only take it from the players, the fans, but then the coaches as well.
She lost the shoe.
Uh-oh. Emma Damien loses a boot. Quintana on the left flank. It's a race between Chavez and Saeed. A throw in for Saddleback College on the far side. And it's tough depending on the referee crew you get. Some are quick to give a yellow, some aren't. We've been at plenty of games earlier this year, whether it was women's or men's soccer, where there's a lot more contact than that, and we don't see any yellows.
You know, yeah, exactly. I feel like as a ref, you just have to know, you just have to know how to call it, or else you're not only you're affecting the team, obviously, whether home or away, but you know, you're affecting the way the players are thinking about how they're playing.
This one hits the side net, a shot by Kennedy Cole. Substitution at the very beginning of the second half. We'll see the first of Caitlin Peters. She checks in for Cheyenne Embry. She put on 2 shots earlier in the first half of action. Center official today is Alex Gorin. Luis Salvador Hernandez is the referee on the far side. Alejandro Behena, referee on the near side.
And it's frustrating too to see, like, especially when I would play, that when we would, you know, use our body and, you know, put our body in front, we would get called out, you know, and then when the other team does it, the ref just ignores it. So that's kind of like also the ref, you know, their way of being a ref. It's kind of how it like impacts the team as well.
Yeah, I think that's something we can all agree on, regardless of what sport you play and what side you're on. You just want consistency from the referee, the umpires, or whatever your referee is called in your sport. You want to see it fairness, both sides. If they're allowed to give a certain amount of contact, you want to see the same amount of contact on your end.
Exactly.
But when you don't see that, that's when it gets frustrating as a coach and a player. Pressure by Saeed forces Chavez to pass this one out of bounds. A throw in for Saddleback College on the far side. I don't know if you heard Coach Jamie say trap your shoulder. What does she mean when she says that?
Check your shoulder. I think that she's just, you know, obviously be aware of who's around you, especially, I think she might be, is she a defender?
Paulette? Yeah, she's, I think, a midfielder.
Yeah, if that's, you just want to check your shoulder. So you want to, sorry, I was like trying to watch what's happening. Just watching your surroundings, making sure that you're aware of who's in front of you, who's behind you, because if someone gets ahead of you, then that's a good save by Ali. If someone gets in front of you, then you know, like, that then obviously they're getting the advantage.
That time Frias comes to the top of the 18 to make the first deflection off a shot put on by Morgan Pullum. 13th shot by Saddleback on the afternoon. The Dons still only have 1 that came in the first half. Holiday now has it on the near side. She gets credited with the assist on the goal that came in the first half. She was the one to take the corner kick. That's how Saddleback scored in the 34th minute. Kaya Biller. Cleared out by the Dons again. Another throw in for Saddleback. So when it gets in the corner like that and we can't see, you can always kind of look on the screen.
Oh, yeah, huh?
It's a little bit better view for us. Still a tough angle, regardless, because of the player standing.
Her nose bleeding?
I think so. So one of the players for Saddleback runs off. That's Kaya Biller, who scored the goal earlier in the match. A nosebleed, and Elizabeth Larkin checks in for her.
No, you're This ref right here is actually one of the better refs from or when I used to play.
Okay.
She actually lets us be physical. She doesn't call it for everything.
It's a throw-in coming up for Santa Ana College. From what I remember, thought you and some of the other players last year, the sophomores, played pretty physical. You guys had a fieriness to you.
Hmm. Yeah. Especially when playing against teams like this, you know, it's always something you want to have as a player because you don't want them to um, have that advantage over you. You don't want them to overlook you as a player, you know.
Through ball for Saeed deep in the corner. Gets it to her left foot. Now at the edge of the 18. Here's a cross in the 6-yard box. Frias able to pick this one up. Pull him with the shot there for Saddleback College. They still lead 1-0. Going back to what you were saying, too, there's an expression in basketball called no easy layups.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that kind of bringing physicality, and instead of allowing easy buckets in basketball, I think you can apply that same mentality to soccer. Don't let anything, you know, come easy.
Exactly.
You be a little physical, not over physical, but just to let them know you're there.
No, yeah, exactly. You want to make your mark out there on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as like a smaller player, skinnier player, you know, you always get undermined. You're always like, oh, she's not, you know, she's not physical, she's not strong, which is something I always got taught. Like even when I first started playing here, my teammates were like, oh, you're actually strong, and I was like, well, you know, that's something, you know, that always catches them by surprise, and that's good. You want to catch them by surprise because you don't want them to expect anything from you. You know, always come out with new plays, new skills, and techniques out there.
It's a corner kick for the Dons after Bernal works deep in the corner. We'll see who takes this one. Usually Anu Zuniga does, and she jogs over the way to the near side corner.
Also noticing this Saddleback team has a lot of new faces. I don't really recognize most of them. So that's also, they're playing again, well, I think it was Vicky. She got a little taste of them last year. But most of them are new, so it's obviously interesting to see a new new team out here.
Saddleback gets this out of the 18. It's a throw-in for the Dons on the far side. There is 11 sophomores on the Saddleback roster, but about 8 of them play consistently. So I'm sure you saw a couple of them last year as freshmen. Zuniga inside the 18. Chance for Rodriguez, left foot. Pokes it short. Chance for Pugh to come offline and grab it. And Macy Pugh, a freshman from Mission Viejo High School, gets the start in goal, the 9th start of the season for Saddleback College. Bernal with another chance. Very skillful player here for the Dons in the attack. This one deflected by the Bobcats, and it goes to Pugh, the keeper. 3 more substitutions set to come in for Saddleback College during their next throw-in. Through ball too long for Saeed. It goes right to Frias. She's been busy this afternoon. If you don't mind sharing, after you graduated from Bolsa Grande, how did you end up here at Santa Ana?
Coach actually scouted me, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
She said that she's had been looking at me since my junior year. Obviously, I was a junior, so I couldn't come out to play.
Mm-hmm.
And then my senior year, she contacted me after a game. Actually, it was against Santiago when I scored both goals against them. Yeah, I got a text from her, and yeah, that's just how that's how I ended up here. And I actually, I trained during my senior year here for the spring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you like getting to train early before the first fall season?
Yeah, I did, because I got to meet the sophomores, or even some of the freshmen too as well, like the girls that were coming into to the sport, and then also the girls that were already here. So it was nice to get to know them and you know, and practice with them, so we can kind of start getting a feel of how we were gonna play, and also get a feel of like our coaches as well, like what they were trying to help us with, and you know how to help us grow as players. So that was good.
Few more substitutions to report for both sides. Vicky Diaz comes back in for Jackie Quintana for the Dons. And then Cheyenne Embry, Kaya Biller, and Milana McLean are the 3 substitutions coming in for Saddleback College during that last dead ball. Pretty warm afternoon here in the city of Santa Ana. Temperature's up at 82 degrees right now. Saeed works in the corner for Saddleback, crosses this, and Munoz gets a foot, deflects it out past the end line, a corner on the near side for Saddleback College. I know you're not playing for the Cal State Fullerton team, but do you ever think about doing intramurals or something over there?
I was thinking about it. Yeah, but then I don't know, like, I don't know how getting back into it would be, obviously, because I haven't played in a while. So it's like more training and also taking time away from school. And I feel like right now my main focus is just school, because I feel like soccer just isn't for me anymore. Yeah, I went to a career fair, or like the club fair, and they were there, and like it was cool to see, like, you could obviously, like, people that were on the team and like trying to get people to come in were there, so it was cool to see that. And like they were like, oh, like, you should come, and I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. But I just never had, like, what do you say, like, not motivation, but like that willingness to like go back into it, you know. I feel like I just kind of downplayed I just could have downplayed it. So now it's just like, it's just something that I wish I want to do, but I just can't get myself to do it again.
Chance for Saeed again and Saddleback College inside the 18 to McLean. She was on sides. Osa closes in on her. Marino gets it out of the 18. A deflection. Saddleback resets as they play it on their back line and switch to the far side of the pitch. Frias scoops this one up. Can't tell if that was a pass or a shot attempt by Saddleback College. Nonetheless, Saddleback still leads in the 63rd minute. Thanks again for tuning in to Dawn Soccer here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. A triple header on this Friday. The women's soccer team gets things started as the men's soccer team follows with a match against Saddleback College at 2 p.m. Then the women's volleyball team plays at 6 p.m. tonight against Riverside City. You good? You fix it?
I was like, I can't hear him, and then I was like, wait.
Yeah. It's tricky with the different headphones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch a lot of soccer at home too?
Not really. Oh my goodness.
There's another whistle, this time on Marino. She did pick up a yellow card earlier, and she has a quick talking to with head referee Alex Gorin. Inside the 18, shot wide right by Saddleback, and it's a goal kick for Frias. So you're not one of those people who wakes up at like 6 a.m. to watch EPL?
Mm-mm. I wake up at 6 a.m. to go to the gym. Not to watch soccer.
There you go.
Yeah. I only watch, like, I usually tend to watch more women's soccer than I do men's soccer.
Both players bumping. Saeed passes it back now for Saddleback. That time a shot right to Frias, able to pick it up off the bounce. So have you seen Angel City FC? That's the local team here, right?
I think so, but no, I don't. I haven't watched it.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, it's funny. Like people, since being a soccer player, people expect you to watch soccer, but I'm like, no, I don't. Not really into it like that.
There's different levels.
Yeah,
Not just because you play a sport means you have to watch it.
exactly. I like watching also the World Cup. That's something I will, watch. Well, not every game, but I'm like, I'm more open to watching those.
And it's fun too because when the players are playing for their team's nation, there's a little bit more pride, a
Mhm.
little bit more passion.
Yeah.
Another long ball for Saddleback ends up in Saeed's possession. She battles against Munoz inside the 18, takes the contact. Off the deflection, Chavez able to get this one out of the 18. I think one of the players wanted to come off due to an injury, but she'll stay in the game for Santa Ana College. Throw in on the far side.
Playing with an injury is never fun, but when you love the sport and you want to keep playing out there, you just something and you just want you to keep going. You never want to step out. But she did make a good save right there with that slide.
Did you play with any injuries during your time here?
Yeah, I did. I had a sprained ankle and a broken toe.
Ooh, broken toe.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big toe, right?
No, it was the middle one. Yeah, I broke it before. It was actually during warm-ups for a game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and like I felt it. I obviously like it was hurting, but I was like, nah, it's not broken. Like, like I'll just keep playing. But it actually did hurt like really bad. So that's why I was okay, like thinking, oh, like what if I did break it? And then after the game, I checked, and I even went to the doctor because the doctor was here.
This one says the top crossbar. Saddleback was unaware that it was still in play. There was a substitution as well. Jackie Quintana comes in for Ashley Marino. McLean gets it just outside the 18, crosses it. Dons get to it first. It's a corner for Saddleback College. Yeah, that pass looked like it was going to sail above the crossbar, and it hit the very top of it and came back into play. A few Bobcats players were there and just decided to run past it thinking it was going to be out. Corner on the near side for Saddleback. In swinging pass. Right in front of Frias, and is she able to reach up? Uses her height to her advantage.
Oh, he's going to give Coach Jerry a card.
Uh-oh. So assistant coach Jerry Keeler gets a yellow after speaking with center official Alex Gorin. It's put him in a rough match for the Dons as far as yellows go. Now 4 yellows as a team.
And it's funny too, because this isn't the worst Coach Jerry has yelled at a ref before. I feel like this is him in his calm state.
Yes. I think this center official too, from what I've seen in the whole year, he has a quick trigger to pull the yellow out.
Yeah, I feel
especially
like
against the Dons.
He doesn't take anything from nobody, so. But that's Coach Jerry. He's willing to take a yellow or red for his team.
Ramos set to take this free kick. Right on the middle of the pitch. Ramos swings with the right foot towards the far post. Pugh comes offline to her left.
It's a good ball in the box.
Chance for Saddleback to counter.
Get your foot on it.
Flag comes up. Saddleback was offsides. There's extra contact there. No card given.
See what I'm saying? Oh, there we go.
There we go, finally. So there's a card given. Is that number 28, Cammy? Yeah, the one that got the yellow. Hands underneath.
Yeah.
So it is Hannah Allen who picks up the yellow card, the first of the afternoon for Saddleback College. She's wearing number 28 today after being number 3 on the roster for all season. Might have forgotten her jersey. Dons have 4 yellow cards. The Bobcats have 1.
That's crazy. 4 yellow cards in one game.
I feel like that's definitely the most that we've seen here for the women's soccer
Right?
matches this season.
Especially even like within my 2 years of playing last. We didn't get that many cards. I feel like we rarely got carded. So it's funny to see that. Yeah.
Substitution set to come in for Saddleback College. It'll be Lexi Evelo, who does come in for Hannah Allen, who picked up the yellow. We're in the 72nd minute of action. Thanks again for tuning in to Don Soccer on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Noah Alvarez here with Vita Mendoza. Saddleback Bobcats lead 1-0 over Santa Ana College. Saeed gets another shot off for the Bobcats, right to Frias.
Good step by number 2.
With the injury to Marino, Zuniga moves back to the back line. She takes place at that left center back position. There was a whistle on Vicky Diaz. Sent for the far post. The Dons get the first touch. Now Quintana.
Gotta get up.
Good pressure there by the Bobcats to get it back. Diaz plays it wide for Damian. Another chance for Saeed. Works against Munoz
That's
and
not
with
a call.
an aggressive
Okay,
tackle
good.
there, but she gets it cleanly.
That's good.
I think we would have had fits over here too if you would have called that one. Throw in for Santa Ana College on the far side. A cross intended for McLean. Frias able to step in front of that one. Now there's an injured Don down on the pitch. Might be Jackie Quintana, who we've seen go down a couple times earlier in the match. The center official, Alex Gorin, asked for the trainers here at Santa Ana College to come out.
Yeah, I think she's been asking for a sub. She's been injured, no?
She's been dealing
with an injury, no?
She's been dealing with the back injury the last couple of weeks.
Mm.
Backs are tricky too, because once you injure it, it's always likely to kind of flare back up.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was my sophomore year. I injured my back. I fell straight on my tailbone, and yeah, never been the same ever since. And the doctors like didn't even like. I got X-rays and everything. They're like, "You're fine." I was like, "Well, I can't walk fine." So what do you mean? And yes, I've always had problems, and then back problems, and then adding to like my knee, my ankle, and my toe, like everything. So it was super fun.
And that's the thing too, the back is connected to so many moving parts, your upper body, your lower body. There's a lot of little muscles that intertwine your spine on the back.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's scary, especially off a back injury. Like when you get hit, like, you never know what could happen.
Quintana able to walk off the pitch and under her own power. Samantha Hernandez to come in and substitute for her. It's been a rough season as far as injuries go. Hernandez had to start 4 matches in the keeper position. Frias missed a few games at the very beginning of the season.
Come on, bro.
Another chance for Saddleback just outside the 18. Left foot
Good
shot.
save by Ellie.
McLean gets it back. This one goes over Frias. No one's off sides, and Saddleback goes up 2-0.
Come on, Sack, keep your heads up!
I muted it, yeah. So Saddleback takes a 2-0 victory, or 2-0 lead here in the 78th minute. Substitution for Saddleback College as Bailey Pullham checks in for the first time, as well as Carissa Franco. She checks back in. Dons trail 2-0. Damian throws this one in for Santa Ana College on the near side. For Rodriguez. Bernal churns. Lays it off for Diaz. Back to Bernal.
Shoot it.
Rodriguez puts a shot wide right, and Pugh able to grab this one.
Yeah, when you have space like that, you want to shoot it right away, because especially with a team like this, when they're on their toes, they're going to put pressure right away.
Third shot of the afternoon for the Santa Ana Dons. Rodriguez gets her first shot of the afternoon. Saddleback back on the attack. Another chance for Frias. Final 10 minutes of action here at Santa Ana College. It's the first of 3 games today. Men's soccer takes on Saddleback College after this one at 2 p.m. And the women's volleyball team takes on Riverside City later on this evening at 6 p.m. live from the Bill Cook Gymnasium. Dons have a throw in on the far side of the pitch. you look at the schedule coming up for the Dons, they hit the road the next 2 matches before coming back home on Tuesday, October 28th against Golden West College. To finish out the season, they had a lot of home matches in the very beginning of the cycle, the first cycle, so they only have 3 more home matches the rest of the year. Check that, 2 home matches. No, 3. You're right, 3.
Yeah. I know this year they finally get to end their season on a home game. Last 2 years we finished away, so I feel like that'll be a good feeling for them, you know, being able to finish it here.
It is tough to finish against Cypress College, though.
And on a yellow.
Damien tries to get a shot. Ball still pinballing around between both squads. Chavez leaves this off for Zuniga. Hinojosa now. Diaz takes a bump by Franco. We'll see if there's a yellow for Saddleback. Santa Ana College has 4 yellows on the afternoon. Saddleback only has 1. No card given. Zuniga to take this free kick near the corner on the near side.
Ooh.
Saddleback comes out of the scrum. A chance for them to counter. Evelo can't get to it. It goes out of bounds, out of play. Chance for McLean now for Saddleback.
That's good. Good cover from SAC.
Another shot there by McLean.
Good save by Ali. What happened?
Flag came up on the near side and offsides on Saddleback. So if you look at the upcoming schedule for the Dons, they travel to Cypress College next Tuesday, at Fullerton next Friday. They host Golden West College on the 28th and go to Irvine Valley on the 31st. So a couple Tuesdays from now, can we have you on the broadcast again?
You will see me back here. Y'all about to be sick of me. Just kidding.
Awesome.
No, I'll definitely be back. This is cool. Ooh.
Another shot for Saddleback, this time wide right. Yeah, it's good to have former alumni, right? Players who played in the program come help out with the broadcast.
Yeah, and coming, like I'm starting to learn more about the girls and talk to them a little bit more. So that's good too, because like we said, this team right here is mainly freshmen. So
they need all the guidance they can get. Few substitutions in for Saddleback. Michaela Thibodeau, along with Alina Ali, Nicolina Busan, and Morgan Pullham all check in for Saddleback College. Thibodeau gets her first touch and then loses it.
that's good.
Busan in the left corner, works against Ramos.
Ooh.
Lots of space here for the Bobcats. They switch fields now to the near side. Cleared out by the Dons. A throw-in coming up for Saddleback College. 85th minute of action. As this game draws to a close, Saddleback leads 2-0. Might be another ball on the pitch as one rolled in from the warm-ups. Always tough when we have these double headers too. We had one earlier in the year, and there's not much space for the other teams to work out and warm up on.
Because I know we have the small-sided pitch over there, but right here for the
Mm-hmm.
away team, they got that little corner, so it's I can, you know, I understand that it's hard to get those warm-ups in with that space.
Mm-hmm. Ramos clears this one. It's a corner on the far side coming up for Saddleback College. Reese Arzana set to take this corner. Inside the 18, and Frias ends up with it. A lot of people in the area code right there.
I feel like the ref wants to see, he wants to see that one of the players from Saddleback just threw her leg out at Ellie.
Yeah, I got a glimpse of that as well. Saddleback switches fields to the near side. Chance for Alina Ali.
Good ball, good job.
Dabian able to win it back. Looks
Touch.
It's a throw in for Santa Ana College. Another throw in for Santa Ana College. Gets it to Diaz. This one rolls all the way to the keeper. Pugh sends this out. Looks like it'll be another corner kick for the Dons here in the final minutes of action. Zuniga lines this one up, strikes it with the right foot. Towards a crowded 18, Hernandez. Back for Inaosa. That's her off foot, a weak foot.
Oh, still in play.
And a throw in for Santa Ana College on the far side.
Yeah, corners, you always have to be strategic, or else, you know, if you don't have a plan, you don't have a play. So you always want to go in with, you know, some kind of strategy as a team.
Off Vicky Diaz and the Dons, a goal kick for McKenna Pugh. Saddleback College to throw it in. 89th minute. We're towards the tail end of today's match. Thanks again for tuning in to Don Soccer. Saddleback College leads 2-0 over Santa Ana College. Game one of our triple header this Friday.
so you don't see it on the camera completely, but the camera turns right after the kick, and the guy's like way out in front. So he might have been on. I can't tell you for sure, one or the other. All I know is that if you would have called it, no one would have been able to tell you you were wrong. So you could have bailed me out of a mistake.
Hernandez throws it in quickly to Diaz. Bernal also there too. Now it's a throw in for Saddleback College. So there's the final whistle marking the end of the match. Saddleback advances to 10-1-1 on the season, 5-0-1 in conference play. The Dons drop to 0-8-4. They're now 0-5 in conference play. Vita, do you have any final thoughts on today's match?
I think, obviously they played good today. They played strong. They did what they had to do out there. Although we didn't get the result we wanted, we still played hard at the end, even after we got scored on. So, that's always something you want to keep up. Yeah, but thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being a part of this. We hope to have you back on, and we'll definitely, coordinate the next time you can come out here, okay?
Of course. Thank you.
So for Vita, Sal, and Cami, I'm Noah Alvarez saying thanks for tuning in to Don Soccer. Tune in a couple minutes or so. We'll have the kickoff for men's soccer as they take on Saddleback College in just a few moments.